Help me reach 1,000 subscribers for the first 15 seconds. Picture this. You're at a gathering held in your honor, something you'd actually been looking forward to all week. And right in the middle of it, your wife bursts into loud laughter, nudges your friend and says, "Oh, he's harmless." Honestly, I have no idea how he manages anything at home. Everyone laughs, except you. And then minutes later, she strolls out of the party with her boss for some after event, waving at you like you're an extra in the background instead of the man she married. But when she finally came back that night, she walked into something she never imagined. It all started casually enough. Daniel, one of my close friends, had invited us over to celebrate his promotion. My wife practically pushed us out the door, even though I'd planned for a quiet weekend. "Come on, don't be dull for once," she said. In hindsight, that should have been my first warning. For a while, everything was normal: music, small talk, clinking glasses. But then she shifted into that version of herself she saves exclusively for crowds. The larger-than-life personality that feeds on attention. Normally she exaggerates stories for effect, but that night she dialed it up so aggressively even Daniel raised an eyebrow. Someone asked about my latest work project, and as I began sharing, she cut right in. "Oh, don't get him started. He gets confused if things get too detailed." A few polite laughs floated around. I let it slide. But then she tapped my shoulder dramatically and added, "He tries, bless him. Not everyone can operate on a high level, right?" Daniel shot me a look, the kind that silently asks, "Do you want me to say something?" I kept my smile steady, but something inside me splintered. This was the same woman who once cheered for me louder than anyone. Now I was her running joke. And then her boss arrived, loud, flashy, and radiating the kind of confidence that fills a room before he even speaks. The moment she saw him, she transformed. Back straight. Smile bright. Voice soft. She greeted him with a hug that lasted just a little too long, long enough to make the room shift. I told myself to relax, not read too much into it. But the worst part came an hour later. He casually mentioned hitting a rooftop bar after this gathering. My wife grabbed her purse instantly, didn't even glance at me, and said, "Don't wait up. Have fun here." And she walked out the door with him. Daniel put a hand on my shoulder. "Dude, that's rough. You good?" I wasn't. But I gave the automatic nod. On the drive home, her words replayed again and again. The jokes, the dismissiveness, the way she sparkled around him but went dim when she looked at me. That wasn't love. That wasn't commitment. That wasn't respect. When I got home, I sat in the dark, not angry, not shattered, just finished. By the time she stumbled through the door at 2:38 a.m., giggling to herself, she expected to find me waiting like I always did. But not this time. Instead, she found the house spotless. Her belongings neatly arranged on the dining table. A small suitcase packed, hers not mine. She blinked at it. "What's this? Why are my clothes out?" I handed her an envelope. Her face tightened. "What is this?" My voice was steady. "It's what happens when respect disappears." Inside was a printed photo of her leaving the party with her boss, and a letter, calm, straightforward, no insults, just honesty. Read, "You stopped being my partner when you started performing for the world and stopped showing up for me. Tonight made one thing clear: I won't stay in a marriage where I'm the joke and someone else gets the admiration meant for me. Stay here tonight. I'm leaving in the morning. We'll discuss separation when you're sober." Her mouth fell open. "Separation? You're blowing this out of proportion. It was just fun." "You went off with another man," I said quietly. "That isn't fun. That's disrespect." She tried laughing it off, then blamed the alcohol, then accused me of being insecure. But nothing worked, because for once I wasn't fighting her. I was done. She finally whispered, "Wait, you're serious?" I nodded. Before sunrise, I packed my things and slipped out. Daniel let me crash in his guest room for a few days. He didn't ask for details, he'd seen more than enough. She texted nonstop. "We can fix this." I was kidding. "You know I care about you." It didn't mean anything. But humor that humiliates isn't humor. And leaving with someone else isn't an accident. It's a decision. A month later, during the separation process, she finally admitted, "I didn't think you'd actually leave." And I told her the same thing I said that night. "I didn't think you'd treat me the way you did." Sometimes revenge isn't explosive. It's not loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's simply walking away, and letting the person who underestimated you learn the hard way what they lost. She walked into that house expecting the same man she'd mocked all night. But that version of me didn't exist anymore.